how's it going? It's going great with me. On this past Monday, which was 3 days ago, was my 1-month anniversary of when my accident happened. I got 2 months to go before everything healed up finally, but I could start doing what I love most, making YouTube videos. I am starting to move my right hand so it doesn't freeze up, which not be good at all. I really don't want to be stuck in this ill position the rest of my life, and I am not over the hill yet. I am still in my prime years of living. So anyhow, let's begin this video, shall we? And I have access to a working printer so I can print off sheets, which tonight I have printed off some sheets. Tonight is a really special and exciting video that I always wanted to go, which is my first ever phone comparison, which I will compare both smartphones, and then give you my review about them after I tell you all about them. In this video I will be comparing the brand new Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, which I really want to get it still, but I haven't got it yet because I really want to demo and try it out and test it out at home for about 10 days before I will consider buying it. So I don't want to get it if I don't want it after 2 weeks. So thoughts why? What's holding me back the most is the sound of this phone. It has got amazing battery power. They somehow made the battery power last longer, but with the same 5K battery cell in it. So thoughts, what's holding me back? Let's do the comparison of each of the phones. As you can see, I am on GSM Arena, which lets you compare smartphones and all about the specs of phones, and I really love it, man. Both phones can do 5G. The Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra was released on February 17th, and the Google Pixel 7 Pro was released October 13th of last year, 2022. So Samsung is newer than the Google Pixel 1 is. Wow, this is cool. You can see both phone with I and 4D mode, wow, which is super cool. The first phone comes in at 234 grams, which is 9.26 ounces. And the second phone comes in at 212 grams, which is 7.48 ounces. The first phone is made with Gorilla Glass Vidas 2, and the same as the back of the phone with an aluminium frame around it. The second phone is made with flash front with Gorilla Glass Vidas, and the back has got the same thing with an aluminium frame around the phone. Both of the phones can do nano SIM and eSIM. The first phone is a water rating of IP69, which is the first phone in Canada to have a rating like that, while the second phone has got a rating of IP68. The first phone has got armor aluminum frame with tougher drop and strike resistance, and it comes with their S Pen, which works with Bluetooth 6.0. The first phone has got a dynamic AMOLED 2x 134 Hz refresh rate with HDR10, plus with up to 1750 nits of brightness as its peak. While the second phone has got an LTPO AMOLED 120 Hz refresh rate with HDR10, plus which up to 1600 nits of brightness as its peak. The first phone has got 6.8-inch screen size with a 89.9% screen-to-body ratio, while the second phone has got 6.7-inch screen size and with 88.7% screen-to-body ratio. The first phone's resolution is 1440 x 3088 pixels. which is minus 500p density, and phone number 2 has got the resolution of 1440 times 3120 pixels, which is minus 512p density. It has got protection of Corning Gorilla Glass Vitis 2, which is the strongest glass yet on a smartphone. The other phone has got the protection of Corning Gorilla Glass Vitis. I am surprised that the Google Pixel 7 Pro doesn't have got Corning Gorilla Glass Vitis Plus, which is stronger glass than Vitis 1. Both of them has got always on display, which is one of the features that I am looking for in a phone. Somehow this stupid piece of poop phone doesn't have got always on display, because it's not S model, so maybe that's why. My dad's is S model, so thoughts why his phone has got always on display, which is super cool. You don't have to tap on the screen to look at the time. My Apple Watch has got always on display. They both came out with Android 13, but the first phone has got their own software operating system, which is One UI 5, which now you can update to One UI 5.1 UI standard. The first phone CPU is octa-core 1 times 3.46 GHz Cortex-X3 and 2 times 2.8 GHz Cortex-A715 and 2 times 2.8 GHz Cortex-A710 and 3 times 2.0 GHz Cortex-510, and the other phone's CPU is Core 2 times 2.85 GHz Cortex-X1 and 2 times 2.35 GHz Cortex-A78 and 4 times 1.80 GHz Cortex-A55. The first phone's GPU is Adreno 740 and the second one is GPU of Male-G710 MP7. They both have got no card slot for removable storage, so me motto is go big or go home, which I love lots of storage on my phone. The Samsung phone has got 3 storage capacities as its internal storage of 255 gigabytes, which has got 2 different sizes of RAM, either the 8 or the 12 gigabytes. If you love and enjoy playing video games on your phone like Angry Birds or Fortnite or Minecraft, then you need to buy the 12 gigabyte model. But if you don't play a lot of video games like me, I haven't in about 11 years, except pinball. The odd time I will play Temple Run or Flappy Bird OG. I don't really need the 12 gigabytes of RAM on my phone. I care about storage space more so than I do RAM. The most RAM on a phone ever, get this, had 18 gigabytes of RAM. What did he say? Yep, I know, crazy, it's nuts, and that phone who got 18 gigabytes of RAM on it is called Asus ROG Phone 5 Ultimate. It's crazy. The phone came out on June 7th of 2021, and it's actually, I looked it up just now, and it's a pretty great phone, it seems. It has got a 6.78-inch screen size with 6000 mAh battery cell in it. Their newest latest phone is called RAW Phone 6D Ultimate. It just came out in October of last year on the 7th, only one storage size, which is 512 gigabytes, and it comes with 16 gigabytes of RAM with a 6K battery mAh cell in it. If this phone has got amazing speakers on it, then oh heck with the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, I maybe withdraw a totally different phone brand. I will have to ask some people about this before I will move on. I never even heard of Asus Phone Company before. I know that they made computers and laptops, but never phones. This is awesome. I wonder where you can buy them. Wow, it has got a 165 Hz refresh rate, which is the highest on a phone ever. Wow, this is the perfect phone, guys, for me. I don't need to have another phone of my life. It has got the same speakers as my iPhone SE2, which is minus 24.1 LFUS. Okay, now I will do my research on this one for sure, maybe this weekend. It costs $2,100. Annie was moving on with my first ever phone comparison between these two phones. The first phone has got 512 gigabytes and 12 gigabytes of RAM, and the whopping 1 terabyte model. The other phone has got 128 gigabytes with 8 gigabytes of RAM, or 12 gigabytes of RAM, same as 256 gigabytes one, and the 512 gigabyte one has got 12 gigabytes of RAM. I am thinking of getting myself a Google Pixel phone, but if I do, I will wait until they release the 8 Pro comes out middle of October. The first phone has got UFS 4.0 and the second phone has got UFS 3.1, whatever that means. The Samsung phone has got a whopping 200 megapixel wide lens camera, which is the second phone ever in the world to have the 200 MP wide angle lens. It also have got a 10 megapixel periscope telephoto lens, 10 megapixel telephoto lens, and a 12 megapixel ultra-wide angle lens. Wow, it has got 5 camera lenses wow on the back, and the new 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera lens on the front. That does up to 30 times zoom, and up to 100 times zoom on the back. Wow, crazy and insane. Who would ever want a 100 times zoom? That is crazy. On the Google Pixel phone, it has got 50 megapixel wide angle lens. The Samsung Ultra is 5 times better camera than the Google one does. Wow, crazy. It has got a 48 megapixel telephoto camera lens. I don't know what's the difference between telephoto and periscope telephotos is. Can someone explain that to me? That would be great. And a 12 megapixel ultra-wide angle lens, and it has got a 10.8 megapixel ultra-wide lens on the front. Phone number 1 does LED flash auto HDR and panorama, while the other phone does dual LED flash pixel shift auto HDR and panorama. The first phone can do 8K video at 24 and 30 FPS, 4K art 30 and 60 FPS, 1080p at 30, 60, 240, and 720p at 960 FPS with HDR10, plus Stereo Sound Rec Gyroettes. The other phone does 4K video at 30 and 60 FPS, 1080p at 30, 60, 120, and 240 FPS gyro eyes with 10-bit HDR. The first phone front-facing camera has got dual video call with auto HDR and HDR10+. While the other phone can do auto HDR and panorama. They both can video record in 4K at 30 and 60 FPS, and 1080p at 30 FPS. FPS stands for frames per second. They both has got loudspeakers with stereo speakers. Both doesn't come with a headphone jack. As of 2020, all models of smartphones stop coming with a headphone jack. I don't mind it at all. I don't like wearing headphones that much, or AirPods, so I just listen through the phone speakers. They both have the same WLAN. The Samsung phone has got a Bluetooth of 6.0, and the Google Pixel phone has a Bluetooth of 5.3. They both have got ESME positioning. They both have got NFC, which is near field communication. They both don't have an infrared port, whatever that means. They both don't have a built-in radio. They both use USB Type-C 3.2. The sensors on the first phone has got fingerprint under display, which is ultrasonic oscillometer, gyro proximity compass, and barometer. Samsung DeX, Samsung wireless DeX, which is desktop support, which works on a desktop, which is pretty cool. Bixby natural language commands and dictation, Samsung Pay, and with UWB support, which is ultra-wideband support. The other phone has fingerprint under display with optical. Two of my family members don't like Touch ID on their Google Pixel 7 Pro phones. It has got an accelerometer, gyro proximity compass, barometer, and it has got UWB, which again is ultra-wideband support. They both have got a 5000 mAh battery cell in it, which I found out from someone last night that doesn't really matter. I always thought that the more mAh it has, the longer the battery lasts on it, but I was wrong apparently on that. The Samsung can have a wired charge of up to 45 watts, which is 65% in half hour, which means that a full charge can be done in about 1 hour. Crazy. I just bought this 25 watt super fast charger from Samsung at Best Buy about a week ago, and I only use it once to charge my stupid phone and view from dead to full as 1 hour and 5 minutes, which is super fast. So later in a few weeks I am going to talk about a super fast charger does matter. Believe it or not, guys, there's a difference between fast and super fast charging. First phone can do up to 15 watts wireless charging, and first phone ever to be able to charge on the front, which is hard to believe. I don't know if that fact is true or not. And it can do 4.5 watts reserved wireless charging, which thought's pretty cool feature. My Motorola Edge Plus phone from 2020 was the very first phone to be able to do it. Pretty cool, because if you are low on power, you can ask one of your phone to give you some juice to make it throughout the rest of the day. I read something on Google News that January 1st, 2024, all smartphones will have reserved charging. Only phones have got a 5000 mAh battery cell or higher can be able to do it. And the Google phone can hardwired up to 23 watts, and it can charge wireless up to 23 watts too. It says that Google Pixel 7 phone can charge half 50% in half an hour and full in 1 hour with fast charging. Google doesn't support super fast charging. So there you have it. Next month I will buy the iPhone SE3 because I really want to, and go have that for the next 3 years of my life. I am going to buy it in Starlight, and with 256 gigabytes of storage. Well, have a great weekend everyone, and if you like and enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to me and leave a like and a comment if you like, and until next time, I am the accessibility guy, and see you all next time. Peace.
Yeah, bye.